Right now, stressing safety for both Afghans and Americans. We'll hear why Wisconsin Democrats feel even better about vetting refugees after a visit to Fort McCoy today.
Also taking perceived discrimination to federal court. We're unpacking a new lawsuit that could guarantee disabled people in Wisconsin get unemployment benefits like everyone else.
Also 263 and counting. It's a pace Governor Evers might even increase after announcing a streamlined pardoning process today. You are watching News now at 5. And we are getting our first glimpse inside what life is like for Afghan refugees at Fort McCoy. The base's Facebook page shared these photos of soldiers playing volleyball with a child refugee and another child receiving a new backpack as well as a coloring book. Area lawmakers got inside Fort McCoy as well today. Democrats, including Senator Tammy Baldwin and Representatives Ron Kind and Mark Pocan, took a tour there.
They just spoke with reporters about an hour ago, and our Madeline O'Neill has the latest on what they're saying about security measures and safety protocols today. Maddie?
Well, with such a big undertaking here, lawmakers are stressing the importance of getting this right. Now, we no longer have an exact count on the number of refugees here, since that's not something the Department of Homeland Security is releasing. But last week, that number was more than 8,000 here at Fort McCoy. And Democratic lawmakers, including Senator Tammy Baldwin, says none of them have raised any red flags through the vetting process, which includes biometric screenings and background checks. In the past month, Republicans have toured the facility as well, raising concerns about screening.
Any insinuation by my Republican colleagues that these refugees are unvetted are false. We should not be distracted by those bad faith claims and instead need to focus our energy on ensuring personnel at Fort McCoy have everything they need to do their jobs, and the refugees in our care have what they need to live comfortably and to be reintegrated.
We also know vaccinations are a focus. That includes the COVID-19 shot, which only one person in the thousands of refugees refused, but also vaccinations against diseases such as measles. One person did test positive for that, and a small number tested positive for COVID as well. Coming up next at 6, we'll talk more about the relocation process for refugees, which will be ramping up in coming weeks here.
Fort McCoy, Maddie, thank you. Secretary of State Tony Blinken says the Biden administration is still working on ways to get an estimated 100 American citizens out of Afghanistan. There continue to be reports that the Taliban is blocking U.S. citizens from leaving, including holding up these planes shown in satellite at Mazar-e-Sharif Airport. Blinken denied that Americans are being blocked from leaving.
We are not aware of anyone being held on an aircraft or any hostage-like situation in Mazar-e-Sharif. So we have to work through the different requirements, and that's exactly what we're doing.
Now, the Biden administration says approximately 58,000 people evacuated out of Afghanistan since August 17th. They've now made it to the U.S. The president says he plans to visit some of those refugees.
This is a week of reflection for many of us, but especially veterans and their families. The 20th anniversary of 9/11 is why the Wisconsin War Memorial Center is hosting a series of events to help bring veterans together. The series will start on Thursday, September 9th. Veterans will get a chance to talk about what went right in Afghanistan, what went wrong, and where America needs to go from here, especially after all that happened in the last month. Retired Army Colonel Chris Kalenda is a keynote speaker this week. He wants to help his fellow veterans get through this difficult time of remembrance.
I want to help people understand it. Look, your sacrifice is not in vain. 6 of my soldiers were killed in action, and nobody can ever take away what we did over there.
Overall, Milwaukee's War Memorial Center hopes the series will be a time of discussion, remembering, and healing for all involved. Coming up tonight at 6, we'll hear from the man who has helped make this event possible for our Wisconsin veterans.
Well, many of you heard it on your rooftops today. A storm system going through southern Wisconsin producing some hail, and these are videos, some shots out of Waunakee and Fitchburg. Pebble-sized hail there. In Milton, we received a viewer photo from Brenda. The hail hitting there in Rock County, about the size of a quarter. And in eastern Wisconsin, strong storms brought heavy rain, wind, and large hail, as you can see to the area. Hail up to the size of baseballs fell in Brown County, along with Outagamie and Waupaca counties this morning. Viewers from our sister station in Green Bay sent those photos of that hail, which ranges from 1 to 4 inches. So will we be seeing any more scattered storms yet this evening? Our certified most accurate forecast now. Here's Dana.
Right now, those storms all sliding to the southeast. That's the good news for us. We're expecting what should be a pretty dry evening and dry overnight. There's that line again moving south of Chicago now, where they have severe thunderstorm watches in effect. Looking at our storm reports from this afternoon, hail reports stretching from Green Bay all the way through Dane County and into parts of Walworth and Rock County right now. Just north of Madison and Wanakee, almost an inch-size hail reported early this morning. Outside of Janesville and Milton, also a report of about an inch-size hail from early this morning. Right now, radar nice and quiet. We're not going to see any more thunderstorms passing through. In fact, we have a nice sunny sky over Madison currently. For this evening, plan on temperatures holding on to the upper 70s for a few more hours, but our breeze coming in from the north-northwest, that's going to cool us down overnight. Heading into tomorrow, temperatures will drop down to the mid to upper 50s for overnight lows, and for tomorrow afternoon, plan on those high temperatures climbing back up to a cooler spot for our Wednesday. But we will take a closer look at your full 10-day in just a few minutes.
All right, Dana, thank you. Madison police are looking for a suspect following the city's 5th homicide of the year. It happened just before 7 last night near Cottage Grove Road. Officers say they found a 20-year-old with gunshot wounds at the scene. He died later at the hospital. Police say the shooting was targeted. Anyone with information is asked to contact police.
A 30-year-old man is in jail after being accused of stabbing his mother with 2 swords. Monona police say it happened around 9 Saturday night in the 300 block of Owen Road. Investigators say Sylvester Mahomes Jr. asked his mother for money and a cell phone. When she said no, he cut and stabbed her several times. She was taken to a hospital with life-threatening injuries. Mahomes could face charges of attempted first-degree intentional homicide, armed robbery, and armed burglary.
We're also working to learn more about a deadly shooting over the weekend in Beloit. A 19-year-old was found dead Sunday morning outside of a house on the city's west side. It's Beloit's 4th homicide of 2021, twice as many as all of last year.
More than 150,000 people in Wisconsin have a stake in a landmark lawsuit.
Wisconsin lawyers filed a massive class action lawsuit in federal court today. They're trying to overturn an eligibility ban in the state that stops disabled people from getting unemployment benefits. Our Naomi Coles joins us now to explain. Naomi?
The vast majority of people on disability benefits in Wisconsin also have a part-time job to help supplement that income. But if they lose that job, they aren't eligible for the unemployment benefits that someone else in their position might be entitled to. Republicans back in 2013 called it double dipping and outlawed that with a state law. Now this lawsuit is seeking to overturn that ban. It's a ban that's one of only 2 in the entire country.
It's not just me that's suffering. There's thousands of people that need help. John
Furiosi is one of 8 plaintiffs, disabled and working part-time for at least the last 6 years.
Pretty bad arthritis in my hip, back problems. I've had 2 neck fusions, forearm surgery on both arms.
He got laid off from his part-time job during the pandemic and still hasn't seen the unemployment benefits payout that he was approved for.
I still haven't gotten any.
How has this been impacting you financially?
It's not helping, let me tell you.
In 2020, the state first told disabled people they weren't eligible for pandemic unemployment assistance. Then they reversed course. But the reason that happened in the first place is because Wisconsin is one of just 2 states that has a blanket ban on disabled people from getting regular unemployment benefits.
There's no rational explanation for this ban other than to discriminate against the disabled.
The lawsuit seeks to invalidate the law and pay people on disability benefits who lost jobs over the last 6 years that they were due. That could be thousands of people, as there's more than 150,000 in Wisconsin currently who supplement their disability benefits with a part-time job.
This class action lawsuit gives disabled workers in Wisconsin a chance at the justice they deserve, to be treated fairly like any other worker in our state.
Plus, attorneys are seeking a temporary injunction to stop the ban until a judge decides the case.
The ADA, the Rehabilitation Act, and the Due Process Clause of the United States Constitution says those workers are to be treated like every other worker. to treat them differently is treating them differently because of their disability. In other words, it's disability discrimination.
Now, I have reached out to the state and leading Republicans in the legislature for comment. Last year, Democrats in the legislature tried to introduce a bill that would have fixed this issue. Also, the governor, in his most recent biennial budget, also tried to include a fix. Republicans later removed it. You can find more details right now about this lawsuit online at channel3000.com.
The Hospital Association says more than 1,000 people in the state are now hospitalized with COVID-19. Right now, that is the highest level of hospitalizations in the state since the middle of winter. It comes as more than 40 million people nationwide have had coronavirus. There have been more than 4 million cases reported in the last 4 weeks alone. This number represents officially reported positive test results. Many experts believe the real number of infections is much larger. According to the data, more than 649,000 Americans have died since the pandemic started.
Students are getting their COVID vaccine as Governor Evers extended the incentive for Wisconsinites to get vaccinated. UW-Whitewater Rock County campus held a vaccine clinic for its students today. A few dozen students got vaccinated, and they'll get the $100 gift card incentive. The location will also be offering the vaccine and testing for students, staff, and the public tomorrow as well.
Well, despite threats due to the Delta variant of COVID-19, millions of Americans still traveled over the holiday weekend. Airports saw daily passenger counts more than double during the weekend compared to a year ago. 7.2 million travelers passed through airport checkpoints Thursday to Sunday. It's not just air travel. According to Arrivalists, roughly 43 million Americans hit the roads. Although millions of people took road trips, it was still a 1% dip from last year and a 10% drop from 2019.
The Red Cross teaming up with UW-Madison to push for students to donate blood. The three-day blood drive goes from today through Thursday. It starts at 11 a.m. and runs until 5 p.m. Organizers are encouraging UW students, staff, and faculty to sign up to donate, but community members can also donate at the NIC, the Recreation Center. Roxanne Barra from the Red Cross says blood drives like these make a huge impact on the blood supply.
Education, blood drives, whether it be at colleges or high schools, they do account for about 20% of the blood supply at any given time. So we're trying to kick off the school year on a good note and help the blood supply out.
And they're giving out some goodies if you donate. Anybody who donates receives a free t-shirt, a mug, and a fidget spinner, among other supplies. Governor Evers is setting quite the pace for granting pardons after former Governor Scott Walker did not issue any for 8 years. Governor Evers issued 71 more pardons this summer, announcing that he'll streamline and simplify the application process. Today's news brings the governor's total to 263 pardons since he took office in early 2019. He's on pace to issue more in 3 years than the nearly 300 that former Governor Jim Doyle did over 8 years. Governor Evers has already surpassed the 262 pardons issued by Governors Tommy Thompson and Scott McCallum over the 16 years before Governor Doyle took office.
And in my long career of different things, there's been nothing more rewarding for me as a human being to be able to do this.
Republican Governor Scott Walker did not issue a single pardon during his 8 years in office before Governor Evers defeated him in 2018.
Still ahead, it's been over a week since Hurricane Ida wreaked havoc in the United States. Now President Biden touring the damage out east as residents continue to clean up there.
And the Packers are getting ready for their season opener as they take on the Saints. We'll hear from head coach Matt LaFleur on how they're preparing. That's coming up tonight at 6.
Dry eye symptoms keep driving you crazy? Inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Let's kick Ken's ache and burn into gear.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Those drops will probably pass right by me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief. Xiidra is the only FDA-approved non-steroid treatment specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Be proactive about managing your symptoms by talking to your doctor about twice daily Xiidra like I did.
I prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
Shed some light on your home right now at Menards and find your style with Patriot Lighting. Inside and outside, Patriot Lighting offers lighting options to fit any need. Our wide selection of lighting styles is perfect for your unique taste and will match your existing decor. The D Collection has a modern brushed nickel finish and features beautiful curved lines to blend into any setting. All Patriot Lighting options are 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-Day Challenge.
I'm News 3 Now's Josh Spreiter. I'm visiting the people, places, and events that make this area one of a kind. Tell me what inspires you, and it might be featured on News 3 Now this morning.
In the 608, weekdays on News 3 Now this morning.
News 3 Now, WISC-TV, winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence.
We're excited about receiving this prestigious award.
Thank you for making News 3 Now, WISC-TV
your first choice for excellence.
President Biden toured neighborhoods in New York and New Jersey damaged when the remnants of Hurricane Ida barreled through. The president toured the damage in Manville and spoke with local leaders about how the federal government is trying to help and why climate change has added urgency to Congress passing his infrastructure bill.
I think the country's finally acknowledged the fact that global warming is real and it's moving at an incredible pace.
The president also stopping in Queens, where several residents died when floods submerged their basements and their homes. He approved major disaster declarations for 5 counties in New York, 6 in New Jersey, allowing individuals and businesses to receive federal aid for repairs and temporary housing.
Meanwhile, environmental groups are pushing lawmakers to include billions of dollars in climate measures as part of the $3.5 trillion budget reconciliation package. Several prominent groups, including League of Conservation Voters and Climate Power, are asking for up to $746 billion for key climate provisions. They want a clean electricity payment program and tax credits for clean energy and electric vehicles. The groups also want Congress to impose fees on the oil and gas industry and end fossil fuel subsidies. They estimate that could raise up to $55 billion over 10 years.
Well, let's get a look at your certified most accurate weather meteorologist Dana Fulton with your forecast. Dana?
Right now, I want to bounce back just a little bit to the storms that came through earlier today. We did trigger a few severe thunderstorm warnings from this hail and the high winds. This is a picture that we received from Clinton. It's always helpful when there's some sort of measuring tape or maybe just some spare change sitting by the hail. That way we can estimate how large it is, because how large that hail is absolutely dictates or can be one of the factors that dictate if a severe thunderstorm warning is triggered. In order to be a severe thunderstorm warning, it's not just lightning and heavy rain. We need to see one of these things things happen. Hail at least 1 inch in diameter or larger. And some of the hail that came down for us in Dade County today didn't quite meet that threshold. Certainly did up towards Green Bay, though. Another indicator, and this is usually the one that triggers our severe thunderstorm warnings, when we see straight line winds or sustained wind speeds of 58 miles per hour or greater. So when we're starting to talk about wind gusts picking up or those sustained wind speeds picking up into the low 60s, that's a great indicator that this is, of course, a severe thunderstorm. The threat for tornadoes absolutely triggering a severe thunderstorm warning if we see any sort of rotation or signature starting to build. And again, it's important to remember that a lot of lightning or just heavy rainfall doesn't make a thunderstorm a severe thunderstorm. Of course, we need that lightning in order for it to be a thunderstorm instead of just a rain shower, but that doesn't make it a severe thunderstorm just because we're seeing the heavier rain. Right now, of course, sunshine for us in southern Wisconsin. The line of storms driving off to the east. There's severe thunderstorm watches in effect for parts of Indiana and Michigan right now. This is all in front of a cold front sweeping through. In front of that front, we have strong thunderstorms behind that front now. Our breeze coming in from the northwest, so it's a little cooler, a little bit of a drop in our humidity. And we're also going to see some cooler temperatures building in overnight and for tomorrow. Tomorrow, high temperatures trending below average rather than above where we've been for the last few days. Expect sunny skies for the rest of the week. We won't have any more shower chances building back in for the work week. And by Saturday, we will see those temperatures back up close to the 80s. Overnight, skies should be fairly clear for us. Temperatures will be in the mid to low 50s for overnight lows. As we look ahead to Thursday, in general, again, a dry pattern expected for the next few days. Our temperature trend, low 70s for tomorrow. Mostly sunny skies, a little cooler though, a little breezy outside. That front still fairly close, so wind speeds will be in the 10 to 20 mile per hour range. Mostly sunny for Thursday, highs warming back up steadily by the weekend. We're 80 by Friday and the mid to low 80s on Saturday. So Saturday will be pretty warm out Friday. A quick front will bring a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm on Saturday, though right now it does look like most of the area is going to stay dry with that front behind it. Sunday, less humid and not quite as warm outside. Highs back close to average, mid to upper 70s. That's where we should be for this time of year, and we'll likely settle into that spot looking ahead to next week with, again, a drying trend expected for most of next week. As far as traffic right now, seeing some delays along the Beltline, both east and westbound right now. Some brake lights and spots. It looks like traffic's still moving, but a few slowdown concerns east and westbound. For downtown Janesville, no hiccups this evening, and the interstate north and southbound looks fairly smooth for us. From the Beltline to Janesville, about a 25-minute drive. Middleton to Sauk City at 16 minutes, so right on target for us this evening, and the same goes for downtown to Sun Prairie.
All right, Dana, thank you. This Saturday, of course, the 20th anniversary of 9/11. Those who are accused of plotting the attacks are in court, and we'll have the latest ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At General Heating and Air Conditioning, your comfort is important to us. From keeping you cozy warm to cooling you off with the ultra-quiet, energy-efficient Carrier Infinity Home Comfort System. Plus, join our free home comfort program and keep your air conditioner and furnace running at peak performance year after year. Enjoy priority service and extra savings that really add up. Celebrating 75 years of providing award-winning comfort for your home. Turn to the experts, Carrier and General Heating and Air Conditioning.
People were afraid I was contagious. I felt gross.
It was kind of a shock after I started Cosentix. 4 years clear.
Real people with psoriasis look and feel better with Cosentix. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentix. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections, some serious, and the lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to. Tell your doctor if your Crohn's disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions may occur. Learn more at Cosentix.com.
Powerball, the big jackpot game where the next thing you know, it rolls, it grows, and it draws. Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. 3 days a week at lottery retailers across the state. Powerball from the Wisconsin Lottery.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone.
Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Solid core composite frame, triple pane windows.
Solid core composite frame, triple pane windows.
Solid core composite frame, triple pane windows.
From Scott the Window Guy at AHT Wisconsin Window.
I'm Scott the Window Guy from AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our solid core composite frame triple pane window is the most energy efficient window made for Wisconsin no matter what the season. Respond now and get $225 off each window at scottthewindowguy.com.
As you remodel, don't toss your cabinets and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Give your items a second life while proceeds build Habitat for Humanity homes. Donate today. Habitat Restore, Dane County.
Five of the men accused of helping the 9/11 hijackers were in military court today in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
The pretrial hearing comes just days before the 20th anniversary of the terror attacks that killed almost 3,000 Americans. CBS News senior investigative correspondent Catherine Herridge reports from Camp Justice.
The lawyers are still arguing over the evidence, and there is no date on the calendar for the actual trial to begin. This pretrial hearing is the first time the 5 defendants have gone to the high-security court since February last year. The latest judge on the case retired, and then the pandemic hit. The 5 defendants, including the self-described architect of the attack, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, are accused of war crimes, including conspiracy to commit acts of terrorism, hijacking, and the intentional murder of civilians. The biggest legal block is the continued secrecy surrounding the men's detention before they got to Guantanamo.
One of the most important issues in the case is how the torture of these men is going to ultimately affect the trial.
After 9/11, they were captured and held in CIA secret prisons, where they were subjected to interrogation tactics that critics call torture, including waterboarding and sleep deprivation. To this day, much of the evidence is off limits to the defense.
The prosecution asked for permission for the United States government to destroy the black site. We have fought that for years now. The intentional destruction of evidence takes away from the defense and really the American people information about what actually happened.
These delays have gone on for so long that I know some 9/11 family members who traveled to Guantanamo to see the defendants in court and have since died never seeing justice in their lifetime. Catherine Herridge, CBS News at Camp Justice, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
And we're back with a final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment.
Guys, do you suffer from erectile dysfunction? Now there's great news. Peak Performance for Men will help you regain your performance and confidence naturally. Peak Performance for Men uses an advanced form of acoustic wave therapy, clinically shown to open up and regrow blood vessels, restoring normal and natural functionability where it counts most. There are no needles, no surgery, and best of all, no pain. Call now and receive an ultrasound, your initial consultation, all for free, and over $300 value. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Home is where the heart is. And Feldco's here to make home even better. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free. Plus, no interest for 1 year. That'll keep your home and your family warm, safe, and comfortable all year long. Buy one window, get one free now. And let Feldco get your home ready for fall.
Buy one, get one free, and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
At JP Morgan, the only definition of wealth that matters is yours. It can be a smaller house, but a bigger nest egg, a goal to work toward, or the freedom to walk away. With 200 years of experience, personalized advice, and commission-free trades on an award-winning app, we're working for you. Planning, investing, advice. JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Your eyes, beautiful on the outside. But if you have diabetes, there can be some not so pretty stuff going on the inside. It's true. If you have diabetes, you know high blood sugar is the root of the problem. But that excess sugar can cause the blood vessels to be seriously damaged. And when that happens, this could happen: vision loss or even blindness. That's right. Diabetic retinopathy is a leading cause of blindness for adults in the U.S. But even though you can't see it, there is something you can do about it. Remember this: now is the time to get your eyes checked. Eye care is an incredibly important part of your long-term diabetes management. See a path forward with actions and treatments that may help your eyes and protect against vision loss. Just say to yourself, "Now I see." Then go see an eye care specialist. Visit nowic.com to get the facts about diabetes, your eyes, and what you can do next to take control of your sight. Brought to you by Regeneron.
Mad City moving. You haven't seen moves like these before.
We have got a packed broadcast for you tonight. President Biden tours the damage from Hurricane Ida, why he's blaming climate change for extreme weather nationwide. Plus our interview with the Secretary of Homeland Security, what he told us about the biggest threat to the American homeland ahead of the 9/11 anniversary. And our 2-year investigation into a domestic abuse in the military, why survivors believe the military didn't take their allegations seriously. The CBS Evening News is just minutes away.
Let's go back to Dana. Final check of the forecast. Dana?
We're planning on mostly sunny skies for tomorrow. It's going to be a little cooler outside, though. High temperatures dropping back to the low 70s. We'll be in the mid-70s on Thursday, holding on to that mostly sunny sky for us for Thursday afternoon, trending back close to 80 by Friday, and in the middle 80s for Saturday. So warm for Saturday. Sunday a little cooler, back to the mid-70s, partly sunny skies, and overall holding off for most rain chances until next week.
All right, Dana, thank you. Nora is next with the CBS Evening News. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned.